For decades, right, we've all heard the same thing. Fat is the enemy. Low-fat yogurts, low-fat cookies, low-fat everything. It was supposed to be the key to good health. But what if that was all wrong? Today, we're digging into a source that claims this advice wasn't just a mistake, it was one of the most damaging health recommendations ever made.
Okay, get a load of this. That's a quote from our source, Dr. Sten Ekberg, and he does not mince words. His argument is that we got confused. We started processing natural fats into things like margarine and artificial seed oils, and when those caused problems, we blamed all fat instead of just the processed stuff. And that, in his view, was a catastrophic error.
So that leaves us with this massive question that really shakes the foundations of what many of us were taught about nutrition. To get to the bottom of this argument, we're going to break down the key claims from the source, starting with the signs that your body might actually be crying out for more fat.
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the argument breaks down into 3 key areas where a lack of fat might be showing up in your life: on the outside, in your head, and with your body's most basic functions.
First up, let's talk about the stuff you can actually see and feel every single day. We're talking about your skin, your hair, and even how your joints are feeling.
And this is what's so cool. The source connects specific problems to specific fats. For instance, saturated fats, or SFA, are described as crucial for building that protective barrier on your skin. Those omega-3s, EPA and DHA, they're all about hydration from the inside out. And then you have monounsaturated fats, or MUFA, which are linked to lubrication and keeping your skin and hair naturally moisturized.
But, this argument isn't just skin deep. The source claims that not getting enough fat can have a direct hit on your brain, affecting everything from your focus and mood to your entire hormonal system.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. The source material points out that things like cholesterol and saturated fat are the literal physical building blocks for your major hormones. Think testosterone and estrogen. And your brain itself, it's made up of this stuff. EPA and DHA are fundamental structural parts of your brain cells, and low levels have been linked to cognitive issues.
All right, finally, let's talk about your body's engine room. You ever feel like you're constantly hungry, always catching every little bug that goes around, or just stuck on an energy roller coaster? The source suggests a lack of fat could be the real reason why. See, here's the key idea. Fats provide a slow, steady, stable source of fuel. They actually slow down digestion, which keeps you feeling full for way longer and crushes those constant cravings. The source also argues that saturated fat helps make your cell membrane stronger, kind of like reinforcing the walls of a castle, making it tougher for viruses and bacteria to get in.
Okay, so that's the problem statement, right? What about the solution? Let's meet the key players, the essential fats that this source says our bodies desperately need.
So let's meet the big 4 according to this source. You've got saturated fat for that steady energy and strong cells. Monounsaturated fat for things like hormone receptors. EPA and DHA, the famous omega-3s, for brain health. And yes, cholesterol, which is described as the parent molecule for your hormones and even vitamin D.
I absolutely love this analogy from the source material. You've got to hear this. Think of carbs and sugar as kindling for a fire. They ignite fast, burn super hot for a minute, and then poof, they're gone, leaving you hungry for more. But healthy fats, they're like a big, solid log on that fire, providing steady, reliable, long-lasting energy for hours.
Okay, so this all leads to a pretty big contradiction, doesn't it? If fats are this amazing, stable fuel source, why on earth have we been told for decades to build our diet on a mountain of carbohydrates?
And the source really hits this point hard. It asks, look, we have essential fatty acids and essential amino acids, meaning our bodies can't make them, we have to eat them. But guess what? There is no such thing as an essential carbohydrate, and yet they make up the entire base of the traditional food pyramid.
Just look at this side-by-side comparison from the source. On the left, you've got the standard USDA guidelines, super heavy on carbs. And on the right, you have the model this source proposes, which completely flips the script. It recommends 50 to 65% of your calories from fat and only 5 to 20% from carbs, a total reversal.
And if that table wasn't clear enough, this chart just lays it all out. Look at the staggering difference in recommended carbohydrate intake. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's a fundamental reinvention of what our plates are supposed to look like.
Okay, let's bring this down to earth. Let's get practical. What does building a plate this way actually look like? Where do you find these healthy fats?
First up on the list, high-quality animal sources. We're talking about meat,
which gives you a great mix of saturated and monounsaturated fats. Fatty fish, like salmon, an absolute rock star for EPA and DHA. And of course, eggs, a little powerhouse of saturated fat, cholesterol, and omega-3s all in one.
And hey, it's not all about animal products. Next, we have the plant-based powerhouses. Avocados and olives are highlighted as just fantastic sources of that healthy monounsaturated fat. And you've got a whole world of nuts and seeds that offer a great blend of different fats.
And here's a really simple way to bring it all together. Your cooking oils. The source suggests making things with extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, grass-fed butter, and even traditional fats like tallow or coconut oil. It's an easy way to up your fat intake, and let's be honest, it makes vegetables taste way better.
So, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. The core message of our source is that we need a complete shift in thinking, from fearing fat to seeing it for what it is, an absolutely crucial fuel for energy and a fundamental building block for a healthy body.
And that leaves us with one huge final question. If we entertain the arguments from our source, and fat isn't the main bad guy we've been told it is, well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What is?